Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xavier and Jessica Unfiltered on Inside Swoop's Chat Box. I'm Xavier Ford.
And I'm Jessica Lee. Today we'll be following up on our previous episode and we'll be talking about the BET Awards show performances and nominations. And winners, I mean. Let's start off where we left off with Usher. He received his Lifetime Achievement Award and his acceptance speech was 13 minutes long. The original stream was actually muted as well, and there was a lot of speculations online, and people say it's because he was cussing too much. How do you think? What do you think?
I think his speech was great. They did mute it because he was cussing a lot, which they kind of had to do for censorship reasons. It wasn't for anything crazy, but overall his speech was good. It was very heartfelt, probably one of the most heartfelt acceptance speeches I've seen in a while. He talked a lot about his village that he created and the father figures that he found within the industry that helped him become the man he is today. And he also touched on his 3-decade-long career and how he still has more to come, so he doesn't know if he's deserving of this award just yet.
I think it was very unique because he put a lot of his personality into it.
Yes.
And that's probably why it took so long, 13 minutes.
That was a long speech.
It was a really good one. A long one, but a good one.
A good one.
Yes.
Just as good as his tribute performances. Speaking of his tribute performances, we had Keke Palmer, Coco Jones, Summer Walker, Chloe Bailey, Marsha Ambrosius, and Tinashe, who all did a great job in his tribute performance. It was very female-led with only one male performer being Childish Gambino, but they all killed it, every last one of them. I think Chloe Bailey was one of the standout artists in it. And speaking of standout artists in that tribute performance, Victoria Monet and Tiana Taylor killed it. That was one of the best tribute performances I've ever seen.
I agree.
And speaking of Victoria Monet, let's talk about her performance. What were your thoughts on it?
I think it was really unique. She had water, she had rain, she popped out in a Michael Jackson costume, like you said.
Yeah,
earlier.
That smooth criminal
yes.
outfit. You know.
She looked really beautiful, and she really took on the stage.
Yes. There's a part at the end of her performance where the camera pans to Coco Jones, and her face is complete shock, like that shock emoji. That was my exact reaction, because that's the only way to. That is the only way to describe Victoria Monet's performance. When someone eats, they eat hard, and Victoria Monet did just that.
I remember preparing for this show. You were sitting here watching it on a loop.
Yes.
Over there.
Because you can't get over how good the
enough.
Performance was.
You know, of all the surprise performances, I definitely really loved Taraji P. Henson's performance. It was her opening performance. It was like a twist on Kendrick's diss track against Drake.
Yes.
It took me by surprise because both of them were in attendance that evening.
You know what else took me by surprise?
What?
Sexy Red's performance. Sexy Red for president, y'all.
Sexy Red for president.
Sexy Red for president. She killed it. She found a stick and is sticking with it. And it was an amazing performance. She had the crowd hype. She had me hype in my apartment. I was just tearing it up. I was loving it. I think it was probably one of the better performances of the whole night. Her and Victoria Monet set the bar, and they set it high.
They definitely got the crowd going.
Yes.
Really hyped them up. And you know who else was performing?
Who?
Megan Thee Stallion. And I knew that Megan would show up.
Yes,
and
she did.
of all things, she showed up in an egg. We made our predictions last show.
Yes.
Of who we thought was going to win and who we thought was going to perform. And while we're on the subject of things that I was right about, I'm so happy that SZA won Best Female R&B and Rap Hip-Hop Pop Artist.
Yes.
Yes. And we were just talking about how she was changing the game with her music. She's covering many different not genres, but topics that a lot of people don't cover. And she just definitely deserved this. Who do you think should have deserved it?
I think SZA is very deserving of this award. She won it. Can't be mad about it. She wasn't my first pick. Victoria Monet was actually Victoria's my second pick because Beyonce's always number one. Beyonce stand right here, y'all. Beehive. But SZA won it, and I'm glad she won it. But let's talk about how I was right one time about how Tyla won Best New Artist. I think it's Well deserving. I know a few people were upset that Sexy Red did not get Best New Artist, but I think
Right.
Tyla is just a step above Sexy Red in that category.
She definitely has some unique music out right now. I love
Yes.
how she keeps her culture in her music, and she's just great. I love it.
Yeah. But let's wrap this up by talking about Kendrick Lamar winning Best Male Hip Hop Artist and not Drake.
They were both nominated for this award after Taraji P. Henson's opening.
Yes.
I was very surprised to see that nothing like went down. And after that performance and Kendrick winning, I just don't know how Drake is gonna take it.
Drake is going to take this like how Drake takes most things, very emotionally. But hopefully, this ends up with more diss tracks and more bops because I need some more summer bops right now.
I wish. I can't wait for more music. Well, Ospreys, that's it for this edition of Xavier and Jessica Unfiltered. I'm Jessica Lee.
And I'm Xavier Ford. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time with more conversations about pop culture.